Hi, and welcome to Vet Resources Check-In. We're going to spend the next 15 minutes or so talking about resources for veterans and their families. My name is Tim Hudak. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I also work at VA. I never knew what VA had to offer when I first got out of the Marine Corps. When I went to college, I was really sick in a class, and a veteran came over and said, "Is everything okay? Have you gone and been seen at the VA?" I had no idea VA did healthcare at that point in my life. And turns out he was the VA mobile health driver. He drove that big RV. And he took me over to the VA, got me introduced, and never knew that VA had so much to offer: benefit services, call centers, chiropractic services, mental health services, you name it. VA has someone doing it and has an expert to offer you it. So that's one of the reasons why we started the Vet Resources newsletter, because it's impossible to remember everything that's available to you. And we're not just talking about VA here, we're talking about VA and non-VA resources. There's a lot of great organizations that do a lot of great things for veterans and their families. So first, just want to take a second and talk about what's happening, specifically with Afghanistan. There's a lot of veterans who really are hurting and have questions and are upset, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to feel like you have some questions that need to be answered. It's okay to be upset about what has happened. And again, you're not the only one who's feeling that way. So the important thing here is to remember that you don't have to go through this alone. There are many organizations, many resources available to you, and you should definitely take advantage of them. So I wanted to share a couple of resources that I have found very helpful to me since I left the Marine Corps, and I'm hoping they'll be very advantageous for you too. So first, I'm going to start with LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a really great place if you're looking for a job, place to look for advice. But LinkedIn also gives all veterans and their families and caregivers and FRI scholars free LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is a great tool. It has tons of different courses on there, and that comes with LinkedIn Premium, because you get a year of that LinkedIn Premium with LinkedIn Learning, and it lets you reach people that you wouldn't have been able to reach. It lets you see who's viewing your profile, which is a really cool feature to have. But again, that LinkedIn Learning is incredible. So for example, there's courses on welding, there's courses on motivational speaking and marketing analytics, speaking confidently and effectively. Really wish I took that course before I made this video with you. There's really a lot to do on it, and you're going to need to explore it, but it's definitely going to help you in your day-to-day professional journey. And to find that, you can just search LinkedIn for veterans, or you can go to blogs.va.gov, and at the top you click on VA LinkedIn Partnership, and it'll take you to all the information you need to know how to sign up for that. The next resource I really love, and I think you'll love too, is the Team Red, White, and Blue. Team Red, White, and Blue is an organization across the country. They have chapters in almost every major city across America, and they are about physical fitness, running, yoga, walking, triathlons, hikes, all the things that make you sweat, they're all about. And they also do a lot of social activities and meeting up at restaurants or things like that, a lot of volunteerism. But it's a great organization to get involved. You can grab your phone, download the Team Red, White, and Blue app. You put your zip code into it, and it'll show you what's going on around you. They're even doing the Old Glory Relay again this year, which they're running the American flag from New York City to Atlanta, and hitting up a lot of veterans in between. And you can join in and run with them or cheer them on. It's a really great organization to meet with other veterans, but also get out there and sweat a little bit and learn more about your community. So really encourage you to check them out if you're interested in that kind of thing. Another great resource that I have used in my life is the vet centers. There's about 300 of them across the country. They're not in a VA hospital, and they're designed that way. They're not supposed to be on a VA campus. They're usually in a strip mall or something like that, and sometimes they're more easy to access than actual VA hospitals or clinics like that. But the vet centers, they offer so many things. You can really walk into one and just say, "Hey, I'm, Tim. I was in the Marines, and I would like to work on this," or "I'm having troubles in my marriage," or "I'm having nightmares." You can do any kind of those things. You can call in and call the number. They have a 24/7 call line, and it's 1-877-927-8387, and 70% of the hotline and the call center's staff are veterans or from family members of veterans. So it's a really great resource. They know what you're going through. They've walked in your shoes, and they have a lot of resources to share. You can also go on va.gov and click locations and find a vet center close to you. I've done some group therapy and group counseling sessions at a vet center before, and I thought it was fantastic to just be with other veterans and talk about what we're going through in our transition. So really encourage you to check that out. Another resource that we have in Vet Resources pretty often is Rally Point. And Rally Point's kind of like a Facebook group, but for veterans. It's an online digital network for veterans and military and their families. And in fact, there's a current discussion going on right now that's, were you inspired to join the military after 9/11? 20 years ago? Did it inspire you to join the military? What is your experiences? And do you have any questions about VA healthcare? It's a really good prompt to get veterans to talk, and hopefully you can share your experience as well. But there's so many more topics and questions you can ask. What do you do about not being able to sleep at night, or what's your favorite drill sergeant experience or boot camp experience? It's pretty versatile, and there's tons of veterans on here ready to talk. A lot of funny things too that we can't talk about on here, so I encourage you to go on there and check it out. So it's rallypoint.com. You can also find links in Vet Resources newsletter. And finally, a really great resource that I like is Together We Served. Together We Served is a web platform that connects you by unit and also has a lot of other unique features. You can also have forums and discussions, but Together We Served lets you create your shadow box essentially, and you put on what units and trainings you've done, and other veterans do the same thing. So when other veterans are on there and they're saying that they also went to boot camp in the same platoon that you went to boot camp, you're able to see who they are, and you can find battle buddies. And it's a really great place to find people you haven't talked to in years. There's also shadow boxes, and they kind of build, you put all your medals and your units and your ribbons on there, and it builds you a shadow box or a mini plaque, and you can download them or print them or put them on your other profiles. It's really cool. They also have tons of boot camp pictures already archived onto there, so you can find one if you don't have your boot camp picture. Really recommend that one. It's great, and it's a great place to reconnect with people. And so those are a couple things that I like to use. I'm sure there's lots that we missed and we'll get to in the future. But one of the things you can do right now to get connected to VA and all these other organizations is to sign up for Vet Resources newsletter. That's www.va.gov/vetresources. You can also go online at blogs.va.gov, and you can go to the top resources and click on Vet Resources. It's at the very top. That's really a great link because it links to all the previous Vet Resources editions. And we're talking about discounts to Carhartt, to veteran farm programs, Amazon Prime membership discount at one point, Thanksgiving caregiver resources. There's a lot on here. A lot of important information from VA about benefits and services, but also a lot of great calls from organizations who just want to give back to veterans, and we help them get connected to all of you and veteran families, caregivers, and survivors. You're going to like this newsletter. If you like to go to Applebee's on Veterans Day, this is the newsletter for you. There's just so many resources jam-packed here. So with that, again, you're not alone. There's lots of resources available for you. You're more than welcome to call VA. We have lots of veterans and lots of passionate non-veteran VA employees who are ready to talk to you. And so make sure you call those numbers and have a great day. Thanks.